Okay, welcome back to turn 13 of Panzer North Africa, scenario 69, Battle of Gazala, 0.171. Now, with turn 13, a couple things came up here in the last turn. We discovered a couple anti-tank guns down here to the south by the Italian tanks, right here. Let me actually zoom in here for you so you can see it a little bit better. And now we're going to have to deal with that. Now, one of them was a 2-pound anti-tank gun, which we see here. The other one was a 25-pounder right here. Now, I made a mistake here by taking the random position of this. It's not really in good shape because that's a gully. So we really can't see out. Nobody can see in. So I'm actually going to shift him over here in a short bit just to make it a little bit more competitive and easier, because I don't think the 25-pounder would be in the gully over here, and it also would make sense for it taking out the tank way over here back in the previous turn. So we've got that to deal with. We've also got another hidden unit back here. We've got to figure out what's what. Coming up the road here is going to be the Italian infantry to help out, as well as the Semiraverti 75s. And we do have a recon unit over here that had been taking shots at this. But I think we're gonna let that go. Maybe I think it's the next turn or let it go, and let the Panzers take care of it up here. The other thing that's interesting is that the infantry have made it over here, dismounted, and I've gotten into position here to potentially fire at point blank range, as well as hand-to-hand assault the mortar and the ATR rifle right here. So that'll be interesting this turn. The other tanks are continuing to move up, trying to engage and destroy this infantry and that universal carrier ATR, as well as just move up in general over here. So with that being said, let's get started and see how things are going to progress. So first off, we're at turn 13, spotting phase. I don't think a lot has changed. We take a look at a few spots over here, and there's nothing new. The revealed units we see, the hidden units are still hidden from us. The Commonwealth can still see pretty much all of our units and be able to attack us. So the spotting phase, really not too much new over there. So we go to the command phase, and first the Italian Tank Company. They're going to get 3 commands. I didn't put it in there. The Bersaglieri are going to get 7 commands, and we'll set them up over there. Some of them are going to shoot. Some of them are going to, most of them are going to move. One of them is going to shoot. The Semiravertis over here are going to try to take out the anti-tank guns up here, as well as the tanks here and here. So we'll see how that goes. And then next we got the Panzer Company up here. They're going to have 6 commands. And primarily these are going to be move commands, I think. There's a few short halts, which are effectively moves, but there's still some moves. There's some firing going on as well, but I think they're going to try to get up as much as possible. Then we have the Infantry Company, which has 12 commands. Most of these are going to be move commands with some supporting fire here. This is going to be really interesting here, and hopefully I will kind of highlight this. This is the hand-to-hand piece that I was telling you about that's probably going to occur over here. These infantry units are going to be moving while we've got the half tracks. Oops, I didn't want to do that. The half tracks supporting with fire into those hexes. Let me get all the commands placed, and we'll see that there. So then there's some other move commands over here. So what I've done over here is I've got 2 infantry units that are going to move, which will trigger the hand-to-hand with the 2 units here. We've also got some firing by the half tracks, both here. These are going to share a command, so they'll be shooting at either one of those because they're adjacent. And then these guys are going to support and shoot in here as well, hopefully to suppress them first. So it's going to cut down any type of overwatch fire or direct fire by the rifle unit and the mortar right here. Now the mortar, obviously it can't shoot its mortar because it's range limited here with the mortar. Just take a quick peek at this. I go over to my leg units, and then we go over to our mortars. You'll see these are limited to a minimum of 2 hexes, right over here. So they will be limited, but what can happen is that the section right here can fire on its own. So, and that's what we're going to potentially see over here if they survive the initial fire on them. So those are all the commands that we have on here. As I said before, the Commonwealth commands will reveal when they take an action. So moving along here, a few more commands. There we go. So now we go to the initiative phase. Again, plus 20, needs greater than 50, 78. So we get it. 78 plus 20 is 98, well over 50. So we're in good shape. So the German Italian is the first player. Combat phase, there's no indirect fire. We knocked out the Commonwealth, and we're not setting up any indirect fire with our command units at the moment. So we'll go direct fire. So this is where I updated the 25-pounder, realizing it was in the gully. So we're going to actually move it into the scrub at this point. So there we go. And that makes a lot more sense, my feeling here. But that being in the scrub, these guys are going to potentially fire on it. And kind of go from there. So I think these guys are first. Yeah, it's 114. He's going to fire the 25-pounder. 25-pounder is going to do a command check. Rolls a 69. He's going to be firing. So first off, the M114 41 114 is going to take a shot at the 25-pounder. He's at short range, medium cover, short halt. It's going to be 75 to 100 to suppress. Well, the 77, great. We suppressed him. That's going to be a huge help to hopefully keeping them from knocking us out. So actually that missed. Why did that miss? Oh, because I forgot to put in their regulars. So that would be another -5. So that's why they missed. So next, we've got the next one here. He's 113, same target. Needs an 80 to 100. 63, that's a miss. Third one, same thing, 80 to 100. 14, that's a miss. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Then we've got the other ones to the south, which is going to have 4 units. They're going to take a shot at the 2-pounder. And oh, they didn't spot them because they're in full cover, right? Yeah, they're in full cover. I double checked the spotting on there, and they're in full cover. And they're just out of spotting range, so they can't be seen. So we move along. And same thing with the Semmerverti 75s. They're out of range from anything, either the 2-pounder or the 25-pounder. So next we move along to the AB 41 up here, 133. He's going to take a shot at the rifle unit. Command check. Rolls an 85. That means he's no command, full cover. So he can return fire potentially. But the AB 41, he gets medium range, medium cover. It's full cover, so it's going to be greater than 78 to suppress him, not to hit. There we go. Rolls a 54, that's a miss. All right, now we come over here, taking a few looks at what to shoot at. So the rifle unit is going to fire at the ATR. He's kind of worried about this. They're not going to fire at him because they've got these 2 machine guns to actually take some shots, as well as these guys over here. So hopefully they'll be able to hit him. Meanwhile, he'll try to suppress this ATR down to the south. So he rolls a 33. That's a miss. And then we've got the half-track with its medium machine gun. Firing needs a 72 or greater, and that is a miss as well. So that's not very effective. Okay, now they could potentially shoot back at those guys. So I put the Overwatch on there to just trigger in my mind to do defensive fire. It's not going to be Overwatch, it's going to be defensive fire. So now we jump to 413, half track. He's going to take a shot at the ATR over here and doing command check, and he is going to have a fire command. Yeah, he's going to have a fire command, but he's point blank, hasty entrench, full cover, suppression 70 to 95, and then effective 96 to 100. And he rolled. Oh, he rolled the 72. Yep, he's suppressed. That's what the 72 was here. So he is suppressed. And now the other half track right here behind him is going to take a shot. Again, point blank. Needs 96 to 00 to be effective. Rolls a 60. It's a miss. All right, but they did suppress him, so that should hopefully knock out the fire, the effective fire on them as they try to hand-to-hand into the hex. Okay, moving along to the Panzer IIIs. We've got 312. He's firing at number 4 over here as well. This one down to the south. And he's right here. So he's going to need, he's at point blank, medium cover, medium full cover, and he's going to need a 74 to 90 to suppress. 91 or greater to hit, they suppress him. All right, so we do get a suppress down here, so that's going to help. And the next one there that's with him is also firing. Rolls a 74 is a miss. All right, the suppression is actually underneath. I believe there he is. On there. And let's see, the Panzer 3H 313. I think it's this guy right here. He has no chance of hitting them over here. Yes, no chance of damage. So we'll move on, checking range. And now we're going to have our rifle unit take a shot at the rifle unit over here. So he does a command check, 56. That's going to be a fire. So it's going to be medium range, hasty entrenchment, suppression 49 to 77, effective 78 and above. Also 36. So that's a miss. And then we're going to try with the half track right beside of him there. He fires 97. That's what we want. That's effective. So that reduces him, and he's suppressed. So that's good. Not eliminated, but reduced. Now let's see what's happening here. Just adjusting some counters. So now the SPW 251-2, that's our mortar up here. It's going to take a shot at the 3-inch mortar right down here. Do a command check. He's got a fire. It's going to be medium cover, short range, full medium cover, hasty entrenchment, suppression 76 to 100. Rolls a 7. That's a miss. All right, we move on to our Panzer 3Js. That's these guys up here, I believe. No, down here. Right there. Oh no, he's the armored car. Sorry. These guys right here. Yeah, I was right the first time. And let's see, they're going to be firing at this guy as well, the universal carrier. And so it's going to be GP, not AP, GP, short range, protected armor, suppression 52 to 78, 79 to 100 is going to be effective. Rolls a 33, that's a miss. Same thing for the second one, 41, that's a miss. All right, well, on these misses, that should be hits. Giving them a chance to shoot back at us. So now checking out what the G is going to do. This is our command tank. Going after that same universal carrier, 52 to 78 to suppress, 79 to 100. He rolls a 30. Misses. Ah, frustration. All right. Now we've got the recon unit up front. That's the PSW 231-331 GP at the Universal Carrier. 67 to 93 suppress. 94 to 100 is going to be a hit, and he misses. These are very good rolls. These are, close to 40-50% chance, and they're missing. Not good. All right, now it's the Commonwealth's turn for their direct fire. So we're going to look at this guy up here. He's got a fire. I put, oh, no, that's the action roll. So he's going to figure out who he's going to shoot at. 57, which is going to be the fire at the PSW 331 with his ATR. Medium range, small target, moving, shooter suppressed. So it's going to be 10 or less. 79, that's a miss. Okay. And just checking here to see if they're going to, yeah, they're going to dual fire. So what this is I'm fire the ATR first. Now I'm going to do dual fire where they're shooting their guns at them, the infantry that shot at them. So they're going to get a negative modifier. So medium range, shooter suppressed, dual fire, 72 to 98, and 99-00 to be effective. 22, it's a miss. All right, ATR 2, which is our guy right here. He is going to do an action check as 98. It's going to be the closest unit, closest weakest, which is going to be the guy right in front of him, the guy that's moving right in to assault him. So point blank range, shooter suppressed, moving, suppression 42 to 73, which is quite good, or 74 greater to be effective. Oh, 95, that's not good. So he's going to be effective, which is going to reduce him, and suppress him, which is going to pretty much disqualify him. Well, it doesn't disqualify him. He could potentially hand-to-hand, but it's pretty negative modifiers. Plus, he's now a half squad going in there, so that's not going to happen. The 3-inch mortar, again, the section now is going to fire at the rifle unit in front of him. He's a 46 to 71 or 72 greater. He rolls a 29. That's a miss. Okay, moving along. Now we head down south to the 25-pounder. This is where I would be worried. Rolls a 12, so he's going to be shooting at one of these M114 41s. 113 is going to be 1 and 2, 114 3 or 4, and 115 5 or 6 on a D6 dice roll. Rolls a what did he roll? I think I rolled the wrong one there. There we go. I rolled a 1. So he's firing at 113. He does an ammo check. He's okay. And so it's going to be short range, small target, moving target, 49 or less. Rolls exactly a 49. Ouch. Here we go. The hit location is going to be side rear. So it rolls a 7, which is going to be side hull, penetration of 13, armor of 6, no variable penetration. Rolls a 7 for the damage, knocks him out. Just lost another Italian tank. All right, so he's knocked out. And that's all for him. And now the 2-pounder does a command check, rolls a 61. They're going to fire, same targets. Now it's odd or even, rolls a 2. So the 2-pounder is firing at 115. It's going to do a quick ammo check. 4, he's okay. So it's going to be AP, short range, moving, small target, 49 or less. 17, that's another hit. And rear side location, rolls a 0, hit the track. So it knocked it off the track. So he's immobilized. Let's check for a bailout, less than 30. 74, no bailout. Okay, good. Good. So he stays in there so he can return fire, but took some Took some bad damage there on the Italians. Okay, so now we're doing a command check on hex L3, rolls a 7. That means he's going to be moving, which is a little odd, but we'll take it. All right, so with that, that's all the firing for the Commonwealth. Now we go to the moving. So hand to hand, here we go with the hand to hand. So we come back up here, and those guys, the 413 is going to be pretty much the only one that's going in for hand to hand now. So they go in, and now the Italian 413 hand to hand against the 3-inch mortar. Germans first, full squad veteran, which gets him an 88 with a plus 10 to make it 98, versus the section, which is just seasoned. He's 45, and so the Germans win and effectively knock out that gun. All right. If it was a squad, and you'll see, I think next turn I'll have a hand-to-hand with that squad up here. You'll see a little bit more fighting going on, within there. So that's it for the hand-to-hand. Commonwealth doesn't have any hand-to-hands. We now move to the Commonwealth. So the L3 is going to roll for their action. That's this guy down here that was moving. We'll do this guy because we know what he is. And he is moving up here, but he's going to be spotted now as soon as they leave that rough hex. And now we're going to check for an activation. Rolls a 14, so there's units there. So we're going to get our first unit is going to be a universal carrier. It's going to be over there. It's going to be an ATR universal carrier. And just checking the location. It's going to be right there. Next unit, going to be another universal carrier. All right. And because they're universal carriers, they can actually move all the way up there with their movement now. And now we're checking other ones here, which are just pretty much Overwatch. There is another move that came up, but he stays. He actually moved into the victory hex. And now we've got some more activated ones of these guys here that moved to the south because they actually went towards greater cover. That's right. So they get activated, and we find out there's another rifle unit. Second unit is going to be another universal carrier. This time it's an MMG. And he winds up being there and there. And they're moved. This guy's doing nothing. This guy's doing nothing. And now it comes to the German and Italian move. All right, so it's getting really interesting at this point. Now we've got some movements here. There's the Semiravertis moving up to support, getting the mortars to move in and take position. And now the infantry moving up and deploying right there. They've all got to be right around there. And now we've got the rest of them moving up behind, get the command unit in position there as well. There we go. And okay, that's all the Italians. Okay, I went kind of fast through that, but the Italians basically moving up the infantry, deployed the LMGs, deployed the Bersaglieri units, and moved up the Semiravertis to try to knock these guys. It knocked out that 25-pounder and that 2-pounder over there. Now for the Germans, they are moving up. And now we're going to be pretty bold here and go up and try to take on this universal carrier. This guy's pretty much getting on my nerves, and I wanted to take him out. So we've moved up the recon unit at point blank range at him. So hopefully they can just blast him, even though he's, in hull down position. He's now, close enough that he can, blast him. And then we've got the other one moving up here, trying to discover some more units, and then we've got our tanks moving up. So there's a few of them. We've got another one that just recovered And then we've got our 75 half track moving up. Now we've got some more half tracks with infantry, and then we've got our engineers moving up. And there we have the movement. So let me pause here real briefly, because again, I kind of went through that quick. Everybody's just kind of moving up the road, seeing as we've got these guys over here, this rifle unit engaged with one of our platoons, and this guy's suppressed. We have a good avenue here for them to roll up the track and try to make some distance. And meanwhile, we're going to try to take out this other universal carrier that's up here. Because remember, now we've discovered a couple more that have shown up because they moved, and we see them here coming off the hill. So with that, we pivot, and then we do our turret adjustments, which I don't think there was any. Then we're going to do our full cover, now our suppression adjustments, which are going to be mostly going from on to off. We did try to get this guy right here, but he failed to get it completely off. And now we're looking at morale adjustments. There isn't any morale. And then we're doing the end of turn. So there we have it, the end of turn 13. And if we zoom out so you can see, kind of where we are over here at the high level, we've moved up a little bit, not much. We still have to engage these units, knock them out before we can get up there, but trying to make some progress. The Italians discovered some more units. I need to take them out, but they've taken some hits here so far. So hopefully you enjoy this, and that's out for turn 13. We'll be back again with turn 14. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.